Let's talk about Texas Roadhouse. A lot of people want to complain about inflation, but you eating at Texas Roadhouse. You want to complain about tariffs making prices go up, but you eating at Texas Roadhouse. You saying you don't got enough money to put aside to invest in crypto or stocks, but you sitting at Texas Roadhouse eating honey cinnamon buns. We all at Texas Roadhouse. We just spending money. We just spending and spending and spending. But as much money as you waste, if you put this money towards stocks or just a little crypto, that'll get your foot in the door. But a lot of people, they let the news, they let the media scare you out of investing. They scare people into selling their 401ks at the bottom, only for the market to bounce back for the short term. At least for now, it's bouncing back. But we have all these people just sitting on the sideline. They're still sidelined. Most people are still sidelined. But let's talk about the stock market, and then we're going to go over some crypto. From my last video, I posted my SPY chart. So basically this is the SPY ETF, which consists of some of the large S&P 500 stocks, but it's all in one ETF, so you won't have to buy multiple stocks. So that's what this is, but this is what I look at to get a major gauge on the market. I just look at SPY or QQQ. But as you can see, if we can go all the way back to 2020, COVID, the market crashed during COVID, February 2020. Actually, let's how much did it crash? The market crashed a whopping 35% crash during COVID. This happened in maybe a 1 week, not necessarily 1 week, but this happened over a month time frame. 35% crash. Everybody panicked. COVID, it's the end of the world. But after the market bottom, we bounced, hit a nice all-time high. This is still during COVID. Now COVID is still full effect, but they scared the market all the way to the bottom of COVID just to run it to all-time high. Now we hit all-time high in January 2022. We entered a bear market, but you want to know what started this bear market? Inflation fears, recession fears. The news spread it, all of the fear. They spread it, a lot of fear across the markets, and people were panicking and selling all their stocks. And guess what happened after this long bear market? That bear market was pretty brutal, actually. It lasted for like a good 8 months. But after we hit our support, it bounced and hit all-time highs again. Now we're in February 2025. Guess what we have here? What news did we have here, February 2025? Oh, tariffs, egg prices. He's going to cause inflation to go up more. He's going to start a recession. But guess what? I just passed by Texas Roadhouse yesterday. The parking lot was action-packed. The lines was out the door. Wait list 1 hour. We still spending money. So I'm trying to understand like where we're losing money at, because we're definitely still spending money. But you're complaining about tariffs or whatever Trump is doing. You selling your 401k. You out here eating out, buying dumb stuff. So the market, you pretty much scared the market to a 21% crash that just happened. But guess what? This crash started during the tariff news. And as you see, look, we're bouncing off major support. Guess what? This right here is major support. This line right here was drawn months ago. I already had this level right here on my chart. And guess what? What happened when we hit here? This is the bounce right here that happened. Let's spread it out. Let's make it larger. The bounce right here. This is when Trump announced the 90-day pause on tariffs. The news was released perfectly as support. Bounced the market. Now we're seeing that 535 on SPY. So now how you see how the news like to align itself with charts. People think the market dumped because of bad news. But no, the bad news had to happen so the chart can play out. The bounce right here was good news. Pause on tariffs. We was going to bounce it here anyway, but we needed some good news to bounce it. And now you see a lot of people celebrating. The stock market's going back up. Everybody's all happy again, but everybody was depressed right here. Me, I continue to make my videos because I've been trying to convince people this is the time to buy when it was down here. Specifically crypto. I don't talk much about stocks, but that's what's going on in the market. The bounce has happened. So, and we've been getting some semi-good news. Still a little uncertainty, but the news is better than it was when it was dumping. I can tell you that. So let's look at Ethereum. If you're not investing in crypto, this is where Ethereum's at. We pretty much bottomed out. We're bottomed out a long time ago. But look at this bounce. Boom. And we're coming across. Once we hit the 2000 and we break through here, I think that's going to be the official bull run in crypto. But we still have to break 2000, so we still haven't cleared the barrier yet. But as of right now, everything is looking good. Look at Bitcoin. We almost back at 100K, just like that. After they scared Bitcoin down all the way to 74, which is my buy zone, which is right near my buy zone. Guys, you got to understand, I already had this buy zone charted before the dump happened. They wanted to get it down here to support. The news did a good job to get it here. And the news also did a good job to give you some semi-good news about tariffs pause and easing in on the China tariffs, all that good stuff, just to get the market back up. Let's take a look at some of my AI coins that I talk about on most videos. One of my favorite, EVA AI. Let's take a look at the chart. I'm not going to keep you for long, but hopefully you made it this far in the video. If you didn't, oh well, you missed out. But as the market was dumping for the past year, the crypto market, if you look at EVA AI, you can see how strong it was. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. It's sitting at near all-time high. While Ethereum dumped 50% since January. I bought here at 1.3 million. Timed it perfectly because I knew what I was investing in, and I know the technicals behind it, and I know the utility. And AI is the narrative of crypto. We just got to get out of this rut we're in right now, which is normal in crypto. But normally we would have been running by now. But you know, we got a little delays, bad news, good news, bad news, good news. But once everything clear, I can see Ethereum maybe hitting 8K this year, and Bitcoin hitting 150K. Those are my targets for Ethereum and Bitcoin. But to then, go back and eat your Texas Roadhouse. Don't complain about how you didn't make no money this year. If you're watching this video, I'm giving you top flight secret stuff right here. So if you see this video, at least somebody did mention it to you. You can't say you didn't know. But with that being